guys, welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing today? Hope you are doing well and staying safe. I'm back with you, back again with another Car Chronicles. Y'all know how it goes. Always in the car on my way to work. Generally is when I could chit chat, but once I get myself together, my little filming place, I will definitely start filming more different scenery. I'm sure y'all are like, okay, like we need to see different scenery. But anyways, okay, so today I'm talking about self-discovery. Self-discovery is something that I feel like everyone should do every day. When have you ever sat down with like a piece of paper or your notepad or whatever and like mapped out your future? There is no end to self-discovery. I feel like we discover something new, and we should discover something new about ourselves every day. We should engage in things that will bring about self-discovery every day. Things that are, easy, things that are challenging, things that are, of a medium intensity, just to know the type of person that we are. Life's pressures themselves or itself can teach you a lot about yourself. Myself, I have grown so much, and I'm sure a lot of people have, not only, of course, by getting old every year, but just in the way that I approach things, in my thought process, and my ability to apply knowledge and wisdom in certain situations. And I believe that it took, God challenging me day in and day out to cause me to be resilient, right? Sometimes you have to be broken. Your core has to be cracked a little bit for you to open up and realize how vulnerable or how weak or how strong you are. And that will help you to, to get into more self-discovery. Look at someone like Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, I was talking to my husband the other day, and he was talking about him being on track to become the first ever trillionaire. Like, trillionaire, okay? We haven't even, million is something else, but trillion, okay? I don't even know how to count to a trillion, okay? But this guy, Jeff Bezos, years ago, sat down on his way, I guess, to a trip or from a trip, and mapped out his company, Amazon. I'm sure he thought big, but probably not as big as what he is now. I remember way back when, growing up, when Amazon was just a bookstore, and there wasn't anything much. But we've seen during this whole situation we got going on in the world that Amazon is the king. Amazon is reigning right now. Everybody and their mama and papas, okay, are ordering on Amazon because a lot of retailers are closed, but also because of the bargaining ability of the company to bring you, various different prices for the same item that you can choose from, giving you choices. And, now he's thinking about acquiring Regal theaters and all these different things. He has, Whole Foods, he has Amazon, he has all these other probably investments that he's into. But, like, have you ever sat and thought, okay, well, maybe this dude was just like, he just came from a rich family and, things just happened for him. From what I have read, I don't think he was from a super rich family. But at the same time, he didn't let, whether he was from a rich family or came from a working class family, he did not let his desires and his ability to self-improve hinder his plans and his business. Like, you got to find ways to go around certain situations that you may be in. And that, I think, just takes self-discovery. A lot of companies do plan out their their businesses and meetings. Of course, each year before the year starts, especially in the government, there are fiscal responsibilities, fiscal budgets that are set, and they try not to deviate from that budget because then they could allocate and know what and how money was spent, and they can control for that. And if they see that, maybe a specific area is lacking coverage or could benefit from more funding, then they allot money towards that specific thing, right? Years back, I had done a video and I talked about being an outstanding and really good generalist, and that there's power in that. And I still believe that there is power in being a generalist. I mean, after all, if you think about it, the world needs a little bit of everything, right? The world would be nothing if we didn't have builders, if we didn't have maintenance folks, if we didn't have doctors, if we didn't have lawyers. It'll be an interesting place. And we need all these different people. We need all these different positions in order for things to function. We need specialists because, your physician, your general practitioner only is the gatekeeper. So he or she knows everything that they need to know. They know who to refer to, who not to refer to. They know how to, figure out red flags and know when they can't do anything in their power to help you. So they will defer you to someone who has focused their time, has gotten certifications, has studied that specific thing, so that when you go to them, you're rest assured that that person only sees that specific thing you're coming for. So they must be hopefully pretty good at what they do. And I find that is what we talk about niches, having or finding your niche, in life. And I feel like not only is it a good marketing point for people who want to be competitive or acquire more wealth or grow in life, it just sets you apart. Plus, you could really pick at that one thing that you really like and really go into it, like dig into it and study. And that's what I'm discovering about myself in my field now is I'm happy. I am very versed with a lot of different things. So I'm that amazing generalist. I have certifications in functional capacity evaluation as well as vestibular rehabilitation. But at the same time, especially during this time, I'm not seeing those people because they are afraid to come out because of their conditions. And it makes it challenging. So I can't say, oh, that's all I'm going to see. I have to see other people. And so as I'm seeing these other people, I'm finding that, especially like my chronic pain people or back pain people, it's like, I don't want to continue to use the same approaches, that I've been using that might yield a result one time, 2 times, and then the person falls back into their same pattern and they don't get any better. Like, I want to have something that I pride myself in, that I invest my time, my energy in, that's the one thing that if anyone was to mention my name, Dr. Biko, somebody will say, oh yeah, I know that vestibular therapist that's really great, with your condition. And, I want to have that ability because in order to be competitive, I'm a very competitive person, and in order to remain competitive, and if you are someone that's going to rely on your skill set to make you money, you have to be really good at what you do, not only skill-wise, but you also have to have the ability to connect with people. And I just have been kind of pondering and thinking about that and trying to focus my direction on what I want to be known for. I remember when I started my job, before I started my job, during the interview process, my boss asked me the question, and that was the first time I'd ever been asked that question. Of course, they always ask, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 25 years from now? And it's like, all right, we'll just give them the generic answer that everyone gives, something that sounds good. But he asked me, he said, what do you want to be known for? And I thought that was very, very powerful. And when he asked me, I to be honest, I really wasn't sure. I don't remember my exact response, but It was something along the line of being the best therapist, but that's subjective. I want to be the best doctor. Okay. I mean, best doctor for what? Like, oh, best doctor of, for, I don't know, neurology. Like, you have to have a specific goal, because in order to be the best physical therapist that I want to be, I have to have some kind of category, some kind of characteristic, some kind of skill set that will put me up against my competitors as the best. Why would anyone want to come to my physical therapy clinic to see me specifically? Is it because it's just convenient? Is it because I possess a skill set that even if someone else possesses that same skill, they're not as good as I am? They don't see as much results as I do. What is it that distinguishes me from those other physical therapists that do the same thing that I do and achieve good results as well? Is I have to find where I could be consistently successful. I'm not saying you'll be 100% successful each time, but consistently, even if it's over time, you perfect that skill, you perfect that thing, and then it becomes like your bread and butter. And so I just want to encourage somebody out there that if you don't know what you want to do, that is fine, because it's a beautiful thing to self-discover. I don't think that even after I feel like I have self-discovered or accomplished or achieved a certain skill set, I feel like there's always more. As long as you're alive, there's always going to be more that you could potentially do for yourself. Not only always for profit, but for yourself, to feel good, to feel confident, if you really sit down, get a piece of paper and list, okay, what do you see yourself doing, realistically right now at the moment? Okay. Why do you want to achieve that thing? Is it for a monetary reason? Is it for satisfaction, personal satisfaction, accomplishment? Is it for, to please other people? Because hey, some people do that. Some people are from some cultures where, your goal is to make your family members or your loved ones appreciate you or be happy for you or feel like you're accomplished, especially if you're outside of the Western world here. A lot of people, are focused on trying to please their parents or whatever. But find out what that thing is and why. So find out why. The next thing is how. How are you going to better yourself with this specific skill set? How are you going to map out your plan to be successful at whatever you want to do? And then you attach, okay, well, who am I going to target? Who are my clients? Who are my customers? Who am I going to recruit to maybe like mentor me or offer me mentorship? Like, put this down on paper. If you're someone that prays, pray about it. I believe in speaking it into existence. And then I also believe in working at it. So you're going to have to invest. Listen, as much as I love YouTube and all, sometimes like I'll find something and I'd be like, oh, I could do it. And then I go to do it. And it's like I follow everything according to what they're saying with the same exact things that they're using, but it doesn't come out right. But why doesn't it come out right? Because the person has done it so much and is skilled at it that, even though they try to teach you within a good 10 minutes, it's going to take more than 10 minutes to accomplish that task one time. You might have to repeat it another 10 times. You might have to repeat it another year for you to be very proficient or good at it. And that is fine. And I feel like that's what we need to do in life is invest. Like, it sucks spending money, but if you're going to spend money on something that will make you a return after, don't look at the money. Look at what you will achieve from that specific thing. But anyways, guys, I don't want to ramble too much. I appreciate you guys. I always like chatting with you. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Gotta go to work. Bye.